Friday Get Up. We're coming to the end of the first week of NFL free agency, so it's time to find out if these teams got better or worse over the last 5 days. Groz, we'll start with you. Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City. Yeah, I would say worst. Like it's 5 days, right? The caveat is they still have time. But so far, they've lost a lot more on the back end of their defense than they've brought in. And I think that's got to be a significant concern. They believe in their coaching staff. They believe in their coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo, to coach guys up, young guys. But we have to see who's in that secondary before I feel great about the Chiefs' bounce-back chances.
All right, Mike T., the Patriots were 1 win shy of a Lombardi last season. They bring on a new number 1 wide receiver in Romeo Doubs, and they've got a weapon now, and they also have Elijah Vera Tucker. Are they better or worse?
They are better. I love Romeo Doubs. He's only 25 years old, and every year he got a little bit better. Stephon Diggs gave him 1 Super Bowl season, but this guy could be a number 1 receiver. Draymond Jones is kind of a watch for Clavon Chasen. If they could steal a year out of Vera Tucker, a talented but questionable on the durability, this team is better O-line and receiver.
Vera Tucker played 15 games last season. Finally, the Eagles have been relatively quiet, and they've lost a lot of players. But, Damien, have they gotten better or worse with the Rick Woolen addition at corner?
Yeah, I'm going to say worse. You know, you referenced the amount of players, but the one person that we don't talk about is their offensive line coach, Jeff Stoutland, who's no longer there. I mean, you're talking about, you know, in my opinion, he might have been the best offensive line coach in the league, and so instrumental in developing a lot of their really good players on the offensive line. That's going to be a huge blow for the Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion.
Imagine D would want to talk about an O-line coach.
Yeah, right? This is Friday. We're talking about the offensive line coach, but he is one of the best in the league.
Yes.
Gross, you agree with him that they take a step back this week?
I do, but again, with the caveat that the good front offices know that
Right.
the offseason and the transaction period is more than just this week. I trust the Eagles to continue to work on their roster and to continue to build it out. But yeah, this is, you know, Seattle's dealing with the first year of this. The Eagles are dealing with the second year of this. When you're good enough to win the Super Bowl, you have a hard time keeping the roster together, and people leave. So they've drafted, especially on the defensive side of the ball, to replace guys that they knew were going to go. I trust that they'll get it figured out, but I do think it's a fair assessment so far that they're worse.
You only have so much money to spend. You've got Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. You've got guys, the Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. Like, they want to pay those guys.
And they just paid Jordan Davis.
And they did just restructure and give an extension to Jordan Davis. We're going to stay in the football world, but we're going to go from the NFL to the UFL. Yes, the 2026 season is upon us, and it starts in 2 weeks on March 27th. We've got a game between the Birmingham Stallions and the Louisville Kings. ESPN has 2 games in the opening weekend, Saturday, March 28th with DC and St. Louis, and Sunday, March 29th with 2 new teams, Columbus and Orlando. We're happy and honored to bring in UFL co-owner Mike Rapoli, who's joining us today. We're going to do it. He's got his St. Johnny's going on later today. He's a big St. John's guy. But first, we talk UFL. What made you want to join the UFL ownership group?
You know, first of all, it's a great team. It's ESPN, it's Redbird Capital, it's Fox, it's Danny Garcia, it's The Rock. I saw this, like, Hall of Fame team, and, you know, football is just king right now. And it's, you know, you see what pro football is doing, you see what college football is doing, and I just thought there was an opportunity to disrupt football in the spring and bring the United Football League to, you know, spring football.
UFL, a disruptor, and they've got 3 new expansion teams in Columbus, Louisville, and Orlando. You join the group, you bring a whole new energy. Could we see more expansion as this league moves forward?
You know, I told, you know, Jimmy Pitar and Burke, you know, if there's not 16 teams in the league by 2035, I'll take it as a personal failure.
Really?
I mean, I want 2 more teams in 28, 2 more teams in 31. I mean, I think we're going to do it right. I mean, right now is a great opportunity, and we're excited. We're putting them in smaller stadiums. You know, so instead of being in a stadium of 60,000 and having 15,000 in, we're putting them in these incredible soccer stadiums that fit between 15 and 25,000. So we're real excited about that.
All right, one of the cool things this offseason, we've seen that there's been all these new rule changes with the UFL. Take a look here. You had this awesome one here. The 60-yard field goal is now worth 4 points. Said, all right, NFL, you can have your tush push. We're getting rid of that. You have 1 foot inbounds for a legal catch, like in the college game. You can't punt inside the 50-yard line, and you push the kickoff back to the 30. This is fun. This is different. What inspired you guys to say, you know what, let's take the rule book and let's mix things up a little bit?
Well, first of all, as a disruptor league or challenger league, you got to do things different. And as being an entrepreneur, from Noble to Vitamin Water to Body Armor, you got to do things different, you know, if you're going to compete versus other brands. So for me, it was, as a fan or as a consumer, what are some of the things I'd like to see? So the ability to now, challenge my team or talk to other people. And, with this 60-yard field goal, I'm watching these kickers kick 50-yarders like they're extra points. So, hey, there was no three-point shot in the NBA before someone decided to put the three-point shot out there. So we decided to try something different and make a 4-point play at 60, and I'm excited by that.
For the viewers at home, Jake Bates is one of the best kickers in the NFL. He started in the UFL. The kicking game is huge here. Now, Dominique Foxworth, our colleague, said, is there a scenario on third down, team is 58 yards away, they take a 3-yard loss, take a knee, and then boot out a 60-yarder?
As long as it's on a down, third down, but if they try to take a penalty, the other team can just decline it.
Okay.
So you have to take it down in order to move back. And you won't be able to hike it like 35 yards. You have to be, it's only 8 yards from where the spot is. So you would have to surrender that. So if you're down 3, you got to decide, hey,
do you want to tie it?
Hey, do you want to tie it at 58 yards or go back to 61 and win it?
This is
like
fun.
That.
Strategy.
So,
it's great.
Yeah.
UFL is here, and it's better than ever. Now we go to March, where St. John's is here. You are a very proud alumnus of St. John's. Johnnies have won the Big East now in back-to-back seasons under Rick Pitino. You got the Final Four in the tournament. It's all the original Big East teams, too. How do you like St. John's chances, not only in the Big East tournament, but in the NCAA tournament?
I mean, the last 3 years, I grew up St. John's fan from 1985 to 25.
Chris Mullen, lefty jumper?
Chris Mullen and Walter Berry. I mean, that's why I went to St. John's as a kid from Queens. And, to bring back, to be part of helping this university with Father Shanley and Rick Pitino, there's nothing like a packed Madison Square Garden. But, we got our experience last year. We won the Big East. We won the Big East tournament. We won the game in the NCAA tournament. But, listen, I know Rick for a long, long time. I mean, it's Final Four or bust for us.
Yeah, I was at the Bama game earlier this season. The Garden was packed, and it was a noon Saturday game. I'm like, St. John's is like a thing right now in New York City.
In November, too.
Yeah.
I've never felt that before. But right now, I mean, Seton Hall's going to be a great game tonight. If we get fortunate, maybe get UConn again. And then the tournament's going to be a lot of fun. And Rick Pitino, I think he's the greatest college basketball coach of all time.
Okay, and Zuby we trust. You're also involved in horse racing, and you've got something Rapoli Stable, having won the Belmont in 2022. And yet you've got many horses who have been in the Kentucky Derby. What is more stressful, watching the Johnnies in a big game, having a horse in the Derby, or running a professional sports league?
The sports league, I'm only 8 months into this, so it's been pretty easy right now. I'm in the honeymoon stage. As far as the Johnnies, 25 years as a suffering St. John's fan, to watch this and watch the Garden. I'm from Queens, moved out to Florida. I mean, if 19,000 people in Madison Square Garden rooting for St. John's, there's no better feeling. So that, to me, is just, I love it. But owning a horse in the Derby where, if you're a hands-on person and you got the jockey and the horse, and you just sit there when those gates open, you have no idea what's going to happen. 150,000 people at Kentucky. I won the Belmont Stakes, 5 seconds, and I'm 0 for 11 in the Kentucky Derby.
Okay.
So,
do we have a horse in this year's? Or?
Right now, we have the favorite in the Kentucky Oaks named Zany. That's the filly race. And Renegade is about 12-1 right now. So I got a shot. So I got a shot to go for 0 for 12.
Okay, 0 for 12. No, we're going to win this year.
Thank you.
Real quick question for you. You've worked with guys like 50 Cent and Tom Brady with Noble and so many different luminaries. What's the one commonality between successful people in the sports world moving into the business world?
I mean, whether it's Rick Pitino, whether it's Kobe Bryant, whether it's Tom Brady, it's about mentality. With Noble, that's one of the things we want to do. We want to have this Noble mentality. Like it's all about the mind. I mean, Tom Brady, Rick Pitino, Kobe Bryant, they outwork everybody. They're working 20-hour days when everyone's sleeping. If you can teach people grit, they can do anything they want in life.
And that's what we've got with the UFL. Some grit. We are going to be watching those games at the end of March. Mike Rapoli, thank you for joining me.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank you.